Good morning, children. Let's move over to writing skills. Here, we are going to see how to write a descriptive essay. Now, children, descriptive essay creates a vivid picture of a person, place, or thing. Now, the purpose of a descriptive essay is to reveal the meaning of the subject through detailed sensory observation. The descriptive essay employs the power of language and all the human senses to bring a subject to life for the reader. Now, suppose you are asked to write an essay of either a person, a place, or even a thing. Now, the way you write the essay should bring out clearly the picture of what you are going to write. Suppose it is of a person. Now, the way you write, the person may not, now your reader may not have seen this person, but the way you write, the way you describe this person, automatically the reader will have a picture of what you are writing. So, descriptive essay employs the power of the language and all the senses to bring a subject to life for the reader. Now, here I'll like to give you a very good example. Now, when you're small, all of you love to hear stories. Okay? Now, suppose your teacher comes to class and she tells you, children, please sit up straight, fold your arms. I'm going to tell you a story. So, not all the children might be interested. Okay? But the moment the teacher tries to tell the story in a vivid and clear manner, all the children will sit up and hear her. For example, suppose she starts her story like this. Once upon a time, the moment the children hear that once upon a time, of course, they all sit up straight. They are now very, very interested. The teacher has been able to, create interest in the minds of the children. So, in the same way, here, a descriptive essay should be able to create an interest in the minds of the reader, and that too through language. So, let us see the various steps into writing a descriptive essay. Now, the first one is pre-writing. Now, in the pre-writing phase, students should take time to think about who or what to describe and why. Now, suppose you are given a topic. So, here in the pre-writing phase, the students should think about who or what they are going to describe. Suppose it is a person or a place, they'll have to think about what to describe. Now, once a topic is chosen, students should spend time thinking about the qualities they want to describe. And the next is, after thinking about what they are going to write, they should think about certain attributes or certain qualities that they want to add on to that person or place. Now, it's not just about physical characteristics, but also certain, memories, feelings, or ideas the subject evokes. So, it's not just about the physical characteristics that you are going to attribute to the thing, but also there are certain feelings, certain memories which the writer has to evoke in the subject. Memories and emotions play an important role in conveying the subject's significance. So memories and emotions play a very important role, an important place in conveying the subject's significance. Next is drafting a descriptive essay. The goal of the essay is to give the reader a rich experience of the subject. Now, when you write an essay, it should be such that the reader will be able to experience whatever you're writing. The most important watchword of writing a descriptive essay is to show, don't tell. So, the writer should be able to show through his writings, you know, um, and it's like experiencing. For example, he's talking about a place. The way he talks about the place, the reader should be able to experience all the the area around. He should be able to experience the place, the beauty of the place, and whatever the person is describing, the reader should be able to feel it. One of the best ways to show is to involve all the senses: sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. A descriptive essay relies on the writer's ability to create a mental picture for the reader. So, a descriptive essay relies or depends on the writer's ability, how good the writer is in creating a picture for the reader. Next one is revising a descriptive essay. So after drafting a descriptive essay, the students should review whatever they have written, and wherever possible, they can modify it and reorganize their work such that they can produce a good work. Okay, it can be, they can use, say, various metaphors can be used, similes can be used to modify the essays such that they can make it the best it can be. The fourth stage is editing a descriptive essay. So the writers should read and correct errors in grammar. Now, after this, the writers should see to it that they go over the essay, read the essay, and wherever possible, correct errors in grammar or grammatical errors have to be corrected. Finally, the last stage is publishing a descriptive essay. Sharing a descriptive essay with the rest of the class and take whatever feedback is given to make the next essay even better. So, after editing the essay, now the writer can, share the essay with either his teacher or with the rest of the class, and whatever feedbacks or whatever opinions are given to him, he can either you know uh, take it down and try to improve his essay, or even make the put all these ideas together and make the next essay even better. Now, this is the topic for you. Write an essay on unpleasant visitors. I suppose a very common topic. I think you may have understood what this topic is. Now, at some point of time or the other, we have visitors at home. No, so during holidays, we love having visitors because we are also free, and children love to play, play with them. They like to enjoy during the holidays. But suppose these visitors come to your house at a time when you are busy, or when you have to go to school, or when you have a lot of work, you may not like it. So let's see what this essay is all about. Now, unpleasant visitors. So in India, we have this great tradition that a guest ought to be treated like a god. Isn't it so? Now, in India, we have this great tradition, or there is a custom of inviting guests to a house and we treat them as God. We don't mind suffering and facing discomforts ourselves, but we will not allow our guests to feel the lack of anything. So, when we have visitors at home, we care for them, we, look after them so well that we don't mind suffering, and even, whatever discomforts come, we don't mind it, but we see to it that our guests do not feel, left out. But we will not allow our guests to feel the lack of anything. So we treat our guests so well, we look after them, respect them, so that they do not lack anything. Sometimes people take undue advantage of this noble custom and abuse our hospitality. Now, most often than not, when people come to know that you treat them well, now they may take undue advantage of us sometimes and even abuse our hospitality. So this happened to me last summer. So here we are writing an essay on unpleasant visitors. Now, when you live in a small flat in overcrowded Mumbai, it becomes difficult to entertain visitors even for a few hours. Okay, so now when you are living in an overcrowded place, especially like Mumbai, and that too in a small flat, it is very difficult, when visitors come to your house, even for a few hours, it becomes very difficult to entertain them because the place is rather small. But this may not be the case in a village. See, in a village, the area you have got huge, houses are big, it is not crowded. It's not, difficult to entertain visitors in villages. But when it comes to, say, crowded places like Mumbai, it becomes very difficult for, to entertain visitors. In the first week of May, we received a letter from my father's cousin in Bangalore that he had some urgent work in Mumbai. Now, in the first week of May, we received a letter. Okay, so it was a letter from father's cousin who was living in Bangalore, and he had some urgent work in Mumbai. So he said that he was going to stay with us for a couple of days. For a few days, he was going to come and stay with us in Mumbai because he had some urgent work to do. Father was delighted as he had not met his cousin for more than a decade. And of course, father was very, very happy because he had not seen his cousin for more than a decade. He has not seen his cousin, so he was very, very happy. Father went to Mumbai railway station to receive his cousin and his family, which included his wife and son. So father was very, very enthusiastic. He wanted to see his cousin, so he went straight away to Mumbai railway station to receive his cousin and his family. And his family, of course, which included his wife and son. All of us were very happy to have them. Okay, so we had not seen now them for more than a decade, and all of us were very, very happy because we thought we will, of course, whenever relatives come to your house, you're happy to see them, is it not? So you want to play with them, you have to share your ideas with them, so you feel very happy. Okay? Or three guests made themselves thoroughly at home right from the start. Okay? So we, welcomed them warmly. Okay? Welcomed our guests, and they were very happy, and they felt very much at home in our house. We children, that is my brother and myself, were turned out to the bedroom and had to make sleeping arrangements in the drawing room. Remember, we had just in the previous uh, paragraph said that we're living in Mumbai, and that too in a small flat. Okay, so when our guests came, myself, that is here, the brother, and myself were asked to move out to the bedroom and make sleeping arrangements in the drawing room. Okay? Not content with this, Auntie invaded my parents' room and scattered her luggage all over the bed. Okay? So at the same time, there was this auntie, okay? She invaded my parents' room, and there she could, she had scattered all her luggage. There were, luggage all over the room and all over the bed. She had made the room very, very untidy with her luggage. The boy who was a spoilt one, tore up most of her comics and broke a few of my younger brother's toys. And the boy was also a very, very mischievous one. He was rather spoilt, and he tore up most of our comics. Okay, so he tore up our comics and also broke some of my younger brother's toys. So, rather a mischievous one, is it not? Okay, now, mother was busy in the kitchen. Okay, what was mother doing? She was there in the kitchen, busy preparing, the wide variety of dishes to make her guests happy. While we decided to remain in a friend's house as long as we could, so as to not to offend the guests. And we decided to stay in our friend's house as long as we could, so that we do not offend the guests. By the evening of the second day, even father was upset and restless, but quite helpless. So, towards the evening of the second day, father also had begun to get very, very upset and restless, seeing the commotion in the house. Okay, but he, of course, could not do anything. He was helpless because it was his cousin who had come to see him after a decade. Finally, we decided to put an end to our misery. So we decided, okay? So brother and myself decided to put an end to all the, misery that was, brought about by our guests. Without the knowledge of my parents. Remember, it was not with the knowledge of my parents. It was without our parents knowing anything about it. We began to instill some discipline into the boy. We began to, put some, a grain of sense into the boy's head, some sort of discipline into the boy. Twice I pinched him sharply for scribbling in my school books. Okay, so this boy had scribbled something in my school books, and I pinched him twice sharply, and tampering with my things. And also he was tampering with all the things, of the could be the things which were kept inside the cupboard. He would have pulled out the boxes, pens, erasers, etc. So he was pinched for scribbling in my school books and tampering with my things. By the afternoon of the third day, uncle and auntie sensed that something was wrong. Okay, So all this while, everything was going on very, very smoothly till we decided that we were going to teach this boy a lesson. Some sort of discipline we were going to, instill into the boy. So, by the third day, that is towards the afternoon of the third day, uncle and aunties thought that there was something wrong, as the boy kept on complaining right from the morning. By evening, they had packed their baggage and were soon on their way back. So, when they found that the boy was going on complaining, they thought it is better to move out. So, by evening, they had packed their baggage and were soon on their way back. So, they decided to move out. The parting on both sides were marked by coldness and mere formality. So all the happiness with which we had welcomed our guests was soon lost. There was, we there was some coldness and mere formality. Okay, so the way we sent off, parted off, said goodbye to our guests were rather in a very cold manner and mere formality. It's just for formality's sake. We had no doubt broken the tradition. Is it not so? We had broken the tradition. How? Because we feel that our guests are almost like God and we should treat them with love and respect. Is it not? So, but here we had actually sent them packing. So we had no doubt broken the tradition. But we heaved a sigh of great relief when we saw the taxi that took our guests to the station. And of course, we were very, very relieved, very happy when we saw the taxi had come to take our guests to the station. The lost peace and discipline of the house was once again restored. So, as soon as the guests left, again peace and discipline was restored in the house with the departure of these unwelcome guests. So, with the departure of these unwelcome guests, the peace and discipline of the house, which was lost, returned. So, children, here, I think with this essay, you'd have got an idea of how to write a descriptive essay. So, children, just, with your own essays, I think you can write, essays, even if you are asked to write an essay on a marketplace or even your watchman, okay, you'll be able to do it well. Okay, children, so try to kindle the imagination of your, readers through your essays. I think, children, you'll be able to write well. Okay, thank you, children.